multiple players want to head towards the doors. mertz already holding it down. Flash coming out. Nice little headshot from mertz to get things going on the Nordavind side. The first round, but it's Nordavind to hit the road running with a first win with the pistol round. And we know, like, this pistol round kind of does catapult you ahead at this point, does give you that extra economy in the bag, does give you that extra flow, morale, momentum, you name it, everything. So the first 3 rounds may give Nordavind the advantage. They definitely have potential in taking it there, but Izako Boars don't want to give out, fighting straight back, making those deagles work. And yeah, I think someone damaged their own teammate there. I think the one on the was it Szejn that dropped? No, it was the one and only. Scratch that. Coming up on mid supra. Yeesh. Okay. Won't be greeting him just yet, but yeah, not too bad, not too shabby. Izako Boars already from the start are going to keep a close leash, right? But he got stuck behind the wall. I think he was flashed as well, and the reinforcements from mirbit wasn't quite there. Was like, I guess they didn't want to be that greedy, which rightfully so as well, right? And going that greedy could have costed them that win in their favor. But Izako Boars right now realize, okay, guys, what went wrong there? No time, no plant. Should not have happened. They didn't check Goose either, which costed the lives of 2 players, maybe even more. That means that Nordavind will be keeping a close leash. That's not what you want, but the bomb has crossed either way. The bomb shall get planted. Oh no, Supra. Oh no. Shuri picks him up with a molly. Put to a crisp, poor lad. He's got a family. And now they can't bear to see him. But now 2 versus 3 is not a prospect that Nordavind really want to face. Although a couple of players on the Izako Boars side are 1 shot away, quite literally. The sunrise fatigue, if that's even a thing, probably isn't. But I think you guys know what I know. You know when now, which does mean that Nordavind need to dedicate an extra player towards the B side. But that is kind of fake for the Izako Boars. They're going to have to draw back, has to wait for reinforcements. He's in a bit of a tough spot, but they cannot wait any longer. Shuri is to come in as well, coming in from catwalk, doing damage. Shuri with 2. Hyper finds the other, and just like that, Izako Boars take it. No problem whatsoever. Courtesy of Shuri and Hyper that entire round, Izako Boars take off that round. And yeah, they don't let Nordavind take any of that. And their retake looked good, but yeah, you do not expect Shuri to come from behind and Hyper holders that line, so they call out. But Shuri, he's got a +4 card. You need to be careful because he's made his way towards the B side. It looks like Super is kind of wary of it, but not quite sure if he's spotted the cross. And the fact that he's wary of it kind of does mean that Shuri may be in trouble. STOMP reads it out either way. Szejn wins the trade, and that means that TENZKI is all by himself. No way, Izako. Not like this. TENZKI lives to... As previously mentioned, Shuri drawed out the +4. No idea why I'm sticking with the Una references right now, but that was a reverse card and a half. It's like pincer in the B players. And that's how you take it. Simple Dust 2 mechanics. Doesn't have to be majestic. Just has to be effective. Kind of like used all of his resources at this point, but the rest, you know, they can facilitate. Stranded in the A alongside swing comes out from HS. 1 shot should do it for the one and only, but doesn't quite connect. Goes wide. And the nade works out. Kobe will finish off the deal for Nordavind. So they keep themselves in the game, for sure. But there's a reasonable gap that they need to catch up with right now. quite a few rounds between themselves and their opponents. 5 rounds to be exact. Away right now. Supra tries to make something happen, but takes more damage than he inflicts. Right now, mirbit now stuck out in Goose. Only, he's got some reinforcements. He's got a chest to help out. The pre-fight kind of works out for them. So 3 versus 4 still doable, but it's all up to Supra here. Onto the B site. He goes out from window, but there's so many players. He cannot just handle them. Stomp with the other. It's just mirbit all by himself, but that's going to be the B site take. That's going to be the round for Izako Boars yet again. You see how messy these rounds seem to be, but that's kind of how Izako Boars like to play it, right? It's not... It is Dust 2, right? And keeping your opponents is... if your opponents don't have the structure that they'd like to have, like Nordavind is... For example, mirbit likes to set up his teammates for structured approaches. He's kind of the in-game leader of this role, and that's kind of what he did with Sprout back in the day, but... Right now, Izako Boars really isn't allowed... It's the same story all over again. With his teammates, try and save the rifle to the next round. But, you know, Izako Boars, they find themselves the kills. They find themselves the entry, they get themselves the bomb control, they get themselves the plant, and then they get the win. And slowly but surely, one after the other, Izako Boars showing up right now. And for those who've just joined, let me remind you of the consequences of a loss in this matchup. Losing today's game would knock you out of the Spring Sweep even to the round of 12. So they did qualify the regional Swiss stage with a 3-1 scoreline, and they qualified to the main Swiss from the main Swiss stage 3-0. So Nordavind, they're accustomed to but and they cross to Xbox on A long, and the other side you have the one and only kind of crossing. Hold true. Izako Boars 11, Nordavind 4. Quite a feat from the Poles. Very nicely done. And now they transfer onto the CT side with quite a lengthy amount of lead. I mean, they've got 7 rounds between themselves and their opponents, and they only require 4 rounds to close out the game. And that puts pressure onto the Nordavind side, now on the T side of things. Coming into this one, though, it's the A alongside that Nordavind want to approach, and Izako Boars. mertz is able to find the kill. Szejn with the other one's all up to mirbit right now in that 1v2. Spraying through, but Szejn connects the headshot. And that should be Izako Boars with their 12th pistol round again. And I think it was Nordavind to win the pistol round earlier. The first pistol round of the game. But Nordavind were able to make the force buy work with their deagles. And they managed to pull through 3 rounds after that before they got stopped by Nordavind again. But then they chained even more and so on and so forth. But we'll be seeing a better force buy on the side of Nordavind rather than we saw on the side of Izako. But let's see if they're good enough in executing it. Izako Boars looking on form this morning and did facilitate them to get themselves some rifles on board, so they weren't that far behind. Looking at mid doors, and now you have to Supra getting 2, and just like that, mirbit with the other. The one and only survives for a little bit longer. That was free real estate. That was a lottery. Boom, victory. Oh, you cannot allow that to happen. Getting themselves the 8th as well. I don't think they'll mind that whatsoever. Nicely done. But Hyper and Szejn, they're going to chill out. Maybe kick the football around. And that's definitely not what these two teams want. Nordavind don't want to show that they're standoff between TENZKI. The standoff of patience. Oh, spotted out! No! No way! Izako Boars, they just won an eco round! And the deagle from the one and only is going to be the factor in getting that 1v2. Okay. We see you, Izako Boars. We see you, the one and only. And I can't believe they let that happen. That was a beautiful shot. And HS, he stood up. Why did he stand up? Oh, maybe a misclick. Maybe his finger slipped. But that is costly for the Nordavind side, because that gives Izako Boars as well. They can dedicate all of their players towards the safe side of the map. It's taking them quite some time. For a bit. All by himself. He still has bomb control. But Izako Boars could easily dedicate 2 players per site. And could try and win each trade. Now, that is a lengthy trade going on, taking some time. Tappity tap tap. No one hits the mat. Rounds in a row. But Izako Boars all of a sudden decided they wanted to win an eco round. And now they find themselves in a situation where they... The Hyper making the movement. He's able to find the shot as well. 2 orbs working out for him. Does draw back. Will try and assist from the catwalk side. But that already puts pressure on the Nordavind side. Already dedicating that extra player looking along that A-long side. So if they start crossing through, this could be damage. Supra down to 40 points of health. Flash thrown out. Szejn finds a headshot. Down to a 2v3. Izako Boars with a chance to bring this back to match point. Szejn with another one. mertz all by himself with the AWP. He has to be the difference maker. Time is in favor of Izako Boars. mertz finding the first one. Stop with a refrag. And that is Izako Boars with the defuse. I mean, no kit would have been required, but they've got one for good measure. And it gives Izako Boars the match point they need. Map point number 1. Buy round to come through from both of the teams. But Izako Boars, 1 round away from closing out their own map pick and putting them ahead in the series. That's the one and only. Kind of draws back. Hyper as well. I don't think he'll try and get involved in this. Trying to save their riflery. But at the same time, you kind of would expect that Nordavind go for a little bit of an eco round, maybe. But instead of that, they'll go for the exact opposite. Go for a complete force bite. Double up setup. With the rifles they were able to save previously from catwalk. Boars did elect to start from the CT side. Coming in through the apartments right now, the one and only will get shot through onto mertz. And that will give Izako Boars the early advantage. There's Nordavind will try and scare themselves some win here. Hyper jumping up and down, maybe to find some info. Maybe now he will. Flash coming out, has to fall back. A couple of players are already on site able to shut him down. Now from short, Szejn will try and pick up the pieces. The bomb yet to cross through, yet to find the bomb plant, as they have started to rotate already upon them. Maybe it needs to find a shot here. Needs to find some breathing space for the bomb to go down safely, because as the bomb goes down, there's only 1 player defending and already damage inflicted onto HS. As 4 players will look to push through from market and short collectively. Let's see how they find the set shot. Siuhy with the 1, mirbit smoke incoming as well, but not going to be enough. Izako Boars surviving with 4 players as well, giving themselves a very, very nice pistol round to get things started on Mirage as well. And we talked about how close the series was going to be. We talked about this map pool room. And the cross kind of being peeked through from Stomp. Got the lineup, spots 1 player. Oh, goes for the Y peek on the sack, but that gives mertz the opportunity to get himself a headshot. Hyper behind the pillar. Oh, goes from around, but mertz is then waiting. Nordavind look like they want to start punching back for Szejn. Won't allow that to happen for too long. Loses out the trade against HS. The AK's doing work on the Nordavind side, but siuhy on site. Not going to permit the bomb plant just yet. Super really low. Goes through the smoke. Oh, one shot should be required, but HS finds it. Down to 1 versus 3. The one and only spends his rest of his days through the mall. He does go for the reload. He's actually successful in doing so. HS out of bullets. Draws out the deagle. He's able to find the shot. And now super down low. He needs to find a... There's one player is low. Flash out. One and only peeks through, but it's TENZKI to win out that trade. Interesting. Buy around across the board. Stomp now has his AWP, although he has no Kevlar upon him, will make it fairly difficult for him to survive long amounts of damage. HS able to find the first frag through it, though. Right now, Stomp loses that on his trade. So Izako Boars, yet again, on quite a massive deficit. In numbers, at least. siuhy. I wasn't quite sure that was siuhy or a teammate of Nordavind there, but he falls down. Not quite able to translate that into a second one. Being sneaky beaky isn't going to be enough for him. Hyper smoked out. Nicely timed there from mertz. And he finds the kill onto TENZKI, so still looking to be a menace, but it is likely that Izako Boars are going to kind of go for an eco round after this. Oh, picked up now. And supra, I mean, is left in a 1v1 versus Hyper. Who would have thought? Hyper's made it very, very close. But that is devastating for him. He could have really won that through. All the smoke goes wide. Oh no, supra from behind as well. Oh, valiant effort there from Hyper. A little shoulder peeking going on from Stomp, but I think TENZKI already made his way through, and I don't think he got spotted out. Szejn with a headshot though. Keeps things interesting. A mirbit as well. I mean, he finds the first kill. We'll try and rotate as fast as possible to the A side. It might be too little too late. Slashes do come in. siuhy swings out, finds some damage. Oh, spray down with the deagle. Makes it work, finds the kill, but that is traded through instantly from mirbit, the one and only. Toolbox swings out. It's just the USP, but Szejn already from behind finds two. Szejn, no way! Izako Boars make it. Nordavind need this win to stay in this, or else Izako Boars could find the equalizer as well. siuhy cross out. The smokes are now useless, as two players would be able to push onward. Stop with the first frag. Izako Boars look like they'll be able to hold them, able to control this. mertz getting that one. Coming up on Tetris, finds the other one as well, down to 2v3. This is more doable as TENZKI finds another one. The one only finding the trade as well. Hyper coming in from behind from Ticket with smoke thrown out. And mertz not able to find the shot. Wolby is down for damage from Stomp. A bit down to 16. It's TENZKI gets a kill of his own. Stomp, look at this. Movement coming in from him. Oh, here they come. HS able to find the kill onto Stomp, and all of a sudden down to 3 versus 4, with Nordavind having the upper hand. It may be the A control as well, but the one and only kind of waiting for this. Oh, finds a shot, but it's not quite good enough. Second time's a charm. But he's the only player alive right now, and that's not going to be enough. TENZKI just now only getting reinforcements. Molly thrown out as well. Trade comes in, but siuhy wins that one through. mirbit finds the kill with a... He's got nowhere to fall back to. That's the disadvantage from that angle. He needs to find the first shot, or else he'll be in trouble. And he doesn't. Which is why HS comes out on top of that. And now they fall back onto it. Stomp, where the AWP can't make too much happen, as it's a couple players pushing at the same time. But still, Nordavind with the numbers advantage to get the bomb plant. Nade thrown. Hyper finds the shot. The bomb not yet planted. No time remaining. They can just hide away. They can just try and survive. There is no time. They've won this. They've put it in the bag for them. Even though there's one player surviving on each side, maybe not for long, as supra does get sprayed down. 3 on A. 2 on B. No one really contesting that mid push, which could be their downfall, but the one and only finding the trade. Unexpectedly, TENZKI does get shut down. Szejn, he's in a difficult angle here. It's a little bit off, but mertz is able to connect the shot down to 2 HP. Somehow survives through it. Hyper in the smoke, though. mirbit, does he expect this? As soon as it fades, he could fall. Oh, this is difficult. Hyper. Ooh, they touch heads! But Hyper, he's able to find it. mertz! Oh, gets the kill. Hyper gave a little bit of a kiss to mirbit there before he pulled the shot. Romantic stories will be made. Still a better love story than Twilight, but Shuri right now will be pushing onwards. Supra from behind. Bomb does get denied. But Supra needs to make it happen in 1v2. He needs to get himself the bomb, get it planted. There's not much time. He needs to find 2 kills. That is over. There's no way Supra wins this now. Izako Boars play the timing perfectly. Yet another time. Nordavind taking it too late. Get themselves ahead at half time. HS here becomes aggressive, hyper, able to find some shots in. Szejn does return, but the damage comes through from Nordavind. Couple of rifles now in the bag again. So Nordavind, they might have done this. Maybe it's aggression that they needed. Switching up the tempo. The one and only keeps things close though. Finding another shot for himself. Smoke blocking their entries out. Surely they know that both of their players are in market right now. Damage inflicted. Oh, Stomp loses out on that one. HS. Props to Nordavind for making that one work. Switching out the flow of the game. Going for something very, very aggressive. Lightly. One of their better maps in the entire pool. Though Stomp. Guess that out of the way. One kill going to the side of Izako. Make that 2 as Szejn does try and throws down a molly. Yeah, I don't think that will be their first choice of action here onto this B site. Pushing through, TENZKI getting the kill through it. Keeping things a little bit closer. The one and only does straight it out. 2 versus 4, that's going to be it. Could be a little bit of a menace here, but I think the peak eventually will come through from HS. I know where it is. Damage inflicted onto TENZKI, but that's the pick win. But they see that there's 3 people dedicated to that side of the map, which means that only 1 player is on that A site. Maybe even 2, but mertz finding the first shot is brutal. HS finding the other one. They're running only with a 2 of his own. And just like that, it's 2 versus 3. Nordavind still with the numbers, but no control over the site here from Izako Boars. Split through. Hyper makes the call to rotate right back. Oh, mertz doesn't spot him. Jungle push, but now he knows. mertz finds the headshot. The one and only. 1v3. Will not be permitted. Nordavind. Shuri. At hand. mertz. Peeks through. It hides within the smoke as soon as they phase. He'll be in open water. And a good target to shoot. Coming in from Catwalk though. Hyper is good for 2. Surely Izako Boars can take the B site now. Rotation comes in. Shuri loses his lineup on the A site, but does it even matter at this point? I don't think so. Izako Boars. Bomb plant. 4 players alive against 2. I mean, I like that. And Majestic HS finds himself a nice little kill at the end. Exit frag as well. And a bonus that comes with that. Which is what B stands for, by the way. No, it's not. Ooh, that's good timing from the cross there. The smoke won't be placed indoors now. Won't be in chicken's nest, and that's going to be perfect. Shuri now will get shut down from Connect as TENZKI finds a gap through it. But HS may have been a little bit over-eager there. Izako Boars willing to close down the gap little by little. Now, this round didn't last very long, did it? Supra will try and delay the inevitable. But 1 versus 4 is not a prospect that I believe we'll be seeing. Unless he manages to isolate a couple of players one at a time. I don't think it's a plausible feat. Finds one. Isolate. Stomp. Ooh. Now this is sneaky. Finds a shot. And down you go. Damage either from sight or dark. So this should be a simple push here for the Izako Boars side. But just now, Nordavind will have the right amount of numbers to defend this site. Bomb will get planted center of site. Shuri aggressing forward towards jungle. The one and only taking a lot of damage. Shuri, will he check this? Does a check as they do cross through. Supra gets shot down. One and only will be greeting him as well. So Izako Boars not dropping a single play in this take. Nordavind maybe a little bit too optimistic with their lineup at the start. In a way, they gift the Izako Boars around. Unfortunate turn of events for them. Trade comes out. HS, the only kill his team has been able to get this whole entire round. TENZKI will try and survive with that M4. And I love that skin. I love that M4A1 skin. Beautiful. HS. It's maybe D'd over. Damage inflicted from siuhy, though he's able to find a headshot. Damage onto second, so it keeps Izako Boars in it. Szejn with the other. Just like that, Izako Boars turn things right back around in their favour in a matter of 5 seconds. Szejn and siuhy doing a stellar job. With the one plant coming in as well. Does mean that now Izako Boars have control of this game. mirbit with a cross through spray holds true for the one and only. mirbit. I'd give you a hug, mate. Because right now you need to not do that. It's not over just yet. I mean, I imagine this international squad on Nordavind won't give up until they see that 16th round on the ball. But Szejn already making his run to the site, but STOMP to find both kills, beautifully supporting his teammate. But siuhy, oh, that is beautiful. You have no idea he's there. Sneaky beaky, man. Knife. No, he doesn't go for the knife. I wanted the knife, but he gets the kill either way, and that means that Izako Boars get them the win. Get them their 14th, now the 15th as well, as mirbit on a 1v3. He has to fight. In Mirage, their own map pick doesn't look like it's going to be going their way. mirbit for the miracle. To be nothing less than a miracle. Smoke coming out. He might be caught off. Smoke, they know where he is. He's able to find one. Not going to be good enough. 1-4 on trade. The bomb should get planted. And Nordavind have a retake in their hands. Those for masses and going to be no match for the AKs. Supra, he needs a swing of the one and only. Flash jaw and flashes his own teammate. That's an unfortunate turn of events. And Vincere throwing molly. Here comes a swing from the one and only. Little by little, Nordavind get disintegrated. One by one, they fall. Nade will do a lot of damage, but not quite good enough to close them out just yet. Still holding on. Nordavind running out of time. No kit available for them either. This is catastrophe. This is the end. We're just having a little bit of a reverse countdown until that happens. The one.